Music TV.
Kendra, you're the best. Kendra Blackwood is the fucking best.
And you are oh so right, Mr. Redman, sir. Blessed risings, good afternoon, or good evening. Depending on where in the world you are tapping in from, you got to keep in mind that Keep It P podcast is a global show, and today we'll be discussing Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver, Sarver, gets slapped on the wrist for being a racist. But they would have the title go Phoenix Suns and Mercury owner Robert Sarver suspended by NBA for 1 year, fined 10 funky million measly dollars. We'll be talking about that and more after we return from these very extremely brief messages in regards to reparations. It shouldn't be brief though. You really should sit and watch the whole thing, but you can do that on your own time because I have some information for you. ZeroAntiBlackRacism.com. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. ZeroAntiBlackRacism.com. And the wonderful Miss Kendra Blackwood, please take it away, ma'am.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the US government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis, is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing two critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation.
It was just getting juicy, but the juice is loose over there at ZeroAntiBlackRacism.com. $20 trillion worth of juice is over there. You heard about the podcast, $1 million worth of game? Yeah, them busters. I'm talking about $20 trillion worth of game. ZeroAntiBlackRacism.com there, Jackson. This is the Root article by Noah A. McGee. Robert Sarver is who we thought he was. He tried to bust a jokey joke right in the beginning like Denny Green. They're who we thought they were, right? Robert Sarver is who we thought he was. A racist, sexist, and misogynistic owner who thought because he owned a professional sports team, he could get away with saying just about anything. That's why he thought he could just get away with anything? Because he's a sports owner? That's why? No, not because he's Dwight and he says so. No. Not because of the privilege that he possesses and that he was born with and that he's bred with and that's taught and he teaches and the people before him taught and his ancestors before that taught. That I'm Dwight and I say so. That, sir, is why Mr. McGee, not because he's the owner of a professional sports team, that is not why he thought he could get away with saying anything. It's because of the philosophy, I'm Dwight and I say so. It continues, the worst part is that he almost did. Now, you can't say he just got a slap on the wrist, which is a nothing burger, and then say he almost got away with it if it wasn't for you pesky kids. No, he got away with it. He goes on to say, remember that bombshell story from ESPN? It was such a, he dropped a bomb. Mr. McGee, could you stop it? Can we stay on script? You called him a racist. And he thought because he was a, no, he thought because he was a white man, he could get away with saying anything. He goes on to say, remember that bombshell story from ESPN in November? That reported allegations of racism and misogyny within the Pistons, the Phoenix Suns. I'm sure it's in the Pistons too. So don't be blaming that on the Pistons. It's all rampant through the Jed Clampett NBA. You better stop it. Within the Phoenix Suns and Mercury organizations, mostly carried out by owner Robert Sarver. Do you remember that? That big old long word salad paragraph sentence and then ends with a question mark? Do you remember? Do you remember? Huh, Spike? Huh, Spike? On Tuesday, the NBA suspended Sarver for 1 year, fined him $10 million funky dollars, and required him to complete a training program on appropriate workplace conduct. As if he didn't know already. No, he knows what the appropriate workplace conduct is. I'm Dwight and I say so, and don't get caught. As a result of his suspension, he can't go to any NBA or WNBA facility, office, or arena, and is prohibited from participating in any event related to either league. That includes attending games and having any involvement in basketball operations in relation to the Suns or Mercury, according to the NBA. Whoa, that's it? That's it? Okay. So he just treats it like any other of his businesses that he's not hands on day to day with. Okay. While still collecting a fat daddy check. Right. In my opinion, it goes on to say that doesn't sound like much of a punishment. Right. You just said he almost got away with it, but he got caught. No, he got away with it. That doesn't sound like much of a punishment because essentially the NBA gave an owner who is worth $800 million a $20 fine and a year of vacation where he has to do some online classes from time to time. That's it. Right. So he got away with it. You agree. I'm glad we finally are in agreement. Mr. Noah A. McGee. The investigation from a law firm independent of the NBA, sure you're not, found that Sarver engaged in conduct that clearly violated common workplace standards as reflected in team and league rules and policies. This conduct included the use of racially insensitive language. Are we talking about racial slurs? Are we talking about hate speech? Because we're sure not saying that. Continues to say unusual treatment of female employees, sex-related statements and conduct, and harsh treatment of employees that on occasion constituted bullying according to the NBA. Unusual treatment of female employees, sex-related statements and conduct. Were them just the female employees, or are we talking about we got a bussy boy on our hands? And allegedly, I'm saying that is the truth. More on the key findings in the report of the independent investigation. Mr. Sarver, on at least 5 occasions during his tenure with the Suns Mercury organization, repeated the N-word when recounting the statements of others. So let me guess. He heard his black players say the N-word and then he repeated the word they said. Is that what we're going to call racist? See, I told you I'm not really a racist. They just had said it and I was like, you can't say nigga in here. They said nigga in the locker room, and then I told them they couldn't say nigga. Excuse my French, y'all. I don't even use the word personally. But listen, I had to get my point across on how ridiculous that sounds. They always want to piss on you and call it rain. It goes on to say, Mr. Sarver engaged in instances of inequitable conduct towards female employees, made many sex-related comments in the workplace, made inappropriate comments about the physical appearance of female employees and other women. Who's the other women? If they're not employees, what was they doing in the office? Who's these other women? Goes on to say, and on several occasions engaged in inappropriate physical conduct towards male employees. What I say, we got a bussy boy on our hands, and now I don't have to say allegedly. Mr. Sarver engaged in demeaning and harsh treatment of employees, included by yelling and cursing at them. The investigation also found that Sun's employees also engaged in workplace misconduct in instances unrelated to Sarver, including occurrences of racial insensitivity, mistreatment of female employees, inappropriate commentary related to sex, and other forms of disrespectful communication, according to the NBA. So as everybody was being a racist in the Phoenix Suns and the Mercury's organization. So we just got racism, nigga flying all around, and it's white people and allegedly Mexicanos. I'm not pointing the finger, I'm just stating some facts. I'm pointing out a few things. Shout out Jay Lava, not trying to tell you what to think. No. We don't try to tell our viewers what to think. I'm not trying to tell you what to think with this story or this information or this knowledge. We're trying to show you how to think, how to use your own brain. Hello, McFlizzo. You got to break down and dissect what's being said here. Goes on to say, basically, all I got from the NBA statement is that Sarver is a racist, sexist piece of shit, and now he gets to spend the next year in rich people time out thinking about what he did. You said he almost got away with it. So you do think he got away with it, or are you still pussyfooting around? Did he get away with it, or did he not get away with it, Mr. McGee? In your opinion? It goes on to say, shortly after the ESPN report, Sarver released a statement trying his best to deny that he would ever display such repulsive behavior. La 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 la. Blah blah blah. It goes on to say, but despite his efforts, investigators still found that he doesn't mind throwing out the N-word every once in a while. See? Just it's only when I'm rapping the music or repeating what my player said. It's just odd that although Sarver exhibited behavior that is comparable to Donald Sterling, he only received a 1-year suspension and $10 million fine. It is because Sterling was recorded speaking down on black people. Most notably, Magic Johnson attended Los Angeles Clippers games. Or was it because Clippers players protested during a playoff game? Huh? I didn't see y'all do that, Phoenix Suns. Because y'all some busters. And you're on the plantation and you're scared of Big Zaddy. There's a video showing Sarver making sexually explicit jokes during a memorial roast in April. Now we have his report, but no severe consequences. Why? That's what you wanted to leave with? You don't know why? Well, maybe you need to watch the show, sir. You have my invitation to come on to the show, sir, and explain yourself, Mr. McGee, Mr. Noah A. McGee. Where was y'all at, Suns? Phoenix Suns, where was y'all at? Phoenix Mercury, y'all didn't bust a grape. But had he said some gay talk, oh, y'all have been all over that. But he's not going to do that because we already heard he's in the closet. He is a bussy boy. We heard that. We heard it. You've been found out, sir. Not that he was even really hiding it, but you are in the closet rocking and rolling and rocking, though, sir. And what did we learn here today, boys and girls? Most of these NBA sellout Hakuna Matatas are busters, P. They'll let you know when they're not. And you did point out a good fact, Mr. McGee. The Clippers spoke up. They didn't say not one peep there, boy. They still went out there. And y'all gonna try to get this man a ring on top of that. Y'all gonna try to king him and give him a ringo. You're shameful. In the NBA, you're shameful too. And the other teams ain't said nothing. I'm talking about the black owners. Nope, they ain't gonna say nothing. The other players ain't said nothing. I wouldn't even get on the court and play with the Phoenix Suns, P. That's what y'all supposed to do. I wouldn't even get out there and play. But you will. You will. Because the NBA is full of these. And that's it. That's all. This ain't no disparaging piece. It's just the truth. And we don't disparage on this show anyways. But I said what I said. But I ain't gonna hold you. I'm just gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about not being on Cole Jackson. Gonna leave you with 4 words as we always do. Love, peace. Hey, sometimes you need this peace to get this peace. Blessing. Be a blessing. Give a blessing. And don't never, ever be too proud to accept a blessing there. And aloha, y'all. Full circle. It's bye for now, but I'll see you later. And take these brief messages. That's how we pay the bills now. Zero anti-black racism. Don't be scared. You know you want your piece of the reparation pie. Go get it, Jack.
We need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. We need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us.